In 1950, a mathematician named Alan Turing asked one of the most important questions in human history: can machines think? That question launched a revolution, one that took decades of bold ideas, frustrating setbacks, and relentless persistence from pioneers like Geoffrey Hinton, Yann LeCun, and Yoshua Bengio. And now, that revolution has arrived in your classroom, your workplace, your living room, and your pocket. Welcome to Teaching and Learning with Artificial Intelligence, the podcast for educators, students, and lifelong learners who want to understand one of the most transformative technologies ever built and use it wisely. Every episode, we explore what AI really is, not the science fiction version, not the hype, not the fear, but the real, documented, evidence-based story of what AI can do, what it can't, and what it means for the people who teach and learn every day. We'll trace AI's history from the earliest algorithms to today's large language models. We'll tour the platforms reshaping classrooms around the world. We'll ask the hard questions about plagiarism, critical thinking, privacy, and equity. And we'll look ahead at where this technology is taking us and the choices we still get to make. Because here's what we believe: AI is the great equalizer when it's done right. A student in a rural school deserves the same personalized support as a student with a private tutor. An English learner at a community college deserves feedback at midnight, not just during office hours. A first-generation college student deserves the tools that have always helped the privileged get ahead. AI can help make that possible, but only if we understand it, only if we use it critically, and only if we insist that it serves everyone, not just some. Whether you're a teacher trying to figure out what to do about ChatGPT in your classroom, a student wondering how to use AI without losing your own voice, a policymaker shaping the next generation of education standards, or simply a curious human being living in a world reshaped by machines, this podcast is for you. Teaching and learning with artificial intelligence. Let's figure this out together.
Types of artificial intelligence: narrow, general, and beyond. Key vocabulary: artificial narrow intelligence, ANI. AI designed to perform a single specific task or a limited range of tasks, without the ability to generalize beyond its programmed domain. The spam filter in your email is an example of artificial narrow intelligence. It excels at identifying unwanted messages but cannot perform any other cognitive task. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI. A hypothetical form of AI that would possess the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge across any intellectual task that a human can perform. Researchers debate whether artificial general intelligence is achievable in the coming decades or remains a distant theoretical goal. Artificial Superintelligence, ASI. A theoretical future AI that would surpass human intelligence in every domain, including creativity, problem-solving, and social skills. Philosophers and scientists warn that artificial superintelligence, if ever created, would require careful ethical safeguards to ensure it remains aligned with human values. Reactive machine. The simplest type of AI, which responds to immediate inputs without memory, learning, or planning beyond the current situation. IBM's Deep Blue was a reactive machine. It was extraordinarily powerful at chess but could not retain knowledge from one game to use in another. Theory of mind. A concept in AI research referring to systems that can understand human beliefs, intentions, emotions, and social interactions. Building machines with a true theory of mind remains one of the most challenging frontiers in AI, as it requires understanding the complex inner lives of humans. Feature article. Understanding the AI spectrum, from simple filters to superintelligence. Not all artificial intelligence is created equal. When a student uses a grammar checking tool, they are interacting with a very different kind of AI than the one powering autonomous vehicles or the experimental systems that researchers hope will one day reason like humans. Understanding the spectrum of AI types is essential for anyone who wants to use these tools thoughtfully, in classrooms, workplaces, or daily life. AI is commonly classified into three broad categories based on capability: artificial narrow intelligence, ANI, artificial general intelligence, AGI, and artificial superintelligence, ASI. Each represents a fundamentally different level of cognitive ability. Artificial narrow intelligence is the only type of AI that exists today. Despite the name narrow, ANI systems are remarkably powerful within their designated domains. The AI that recommends what to watch on Netflix, the algorithm that detects tumors in X-rays, the program that translates language in real time, and the chatbot that answers customer service questions are all examples of ANI. What unites them is that they are each exceptional at one thing but cannot transfer their skills to other contexts. A language model trained to write essays cannot simultaneously diagnose disease or drive a car. Beyond ANI lies artificial general intelligence, a system that could theoretically learn and perform any intellectual task a human can. AGI would be able to read a novel, understand its themes, apply those themes to historical analysis, and then explain its reasoning in a new language, all without needing to be specifically programmed for each of these tasks. Most AI researchers believe AGI does not yet exist and may be decades away, if it is achievable at all. Artificial superintelligence goes further still, imagining AI that surpasses humans in every cognitive domain: scientific discovery, emotional intelligence, creative expression, and strategic planning. ASI is a theoretical concept, but it is taken seriously enough that many of the world's leading scientists and technology executives have called for careful regulation and ethical planning as AI capabilities advance. Within these broad categories, researchers also distinguish AI systems by their architectural design. Reactive machines, like the chess-playing Deep Blue, respond only to the current state of the environment and retain no memories. Limited memory systems, like self-driving cars, use recent data to inform decisions. theory of mind systems would understand the emotional and mental states of other agents, something today's AI approaches but does not fully achieve. For educators, these distinctions matter enormously. Teaching students about the types of AI helps them become more discerning consumers and critics of technology. A student who understands that today's AI writing tools are narrow intelligence systems, not thinking, feeling entities, is less likely to overtrust or overfear them and more likely to use them as productive partners in the learning process. Review questions and answers. Question 1. What is the difference between artificial narrow intelligence and artificial general intelligence? Answer. Artificial narrow intelligence, ANI, performs specific tasks within a limited domain, such as translating language or recognizing faces. Artificial general intelligence, AGI, would be able to learn and perform any intellectual task a human can, flexibly transferring knowledge across domains. Only ANI currently exists. Question 2. Why is artificial superintelligence a topic of ethical concern? Answer. Artificial superintelligence, ASI, is concerning because a system that surpasses humans in every cognitive domain could act in ways beyond human oversight or understanding. Philosophers and scientists worry that without careful planning, ASI might pursue goals misaligned with human values or well-being. Question 3. What is a reactive machine, and what is its main limitation? Answer. A reactive machine is the simplest form of AI. It analyzes and responds to current input but retains no memory of past interactions and cannot plan for the future. Its main limitation is the inability to learn from experience or apply past knowledge to new situations. Question 4. How does understanding AI types help students become better technology users? Answer. Knowing that today's AI consists entirely of narrow intelligence systems helps students calibrate their trust appropriately, recognizing that AI tools are powerful within specific domains but lack genuine understanding, consciousness, or broad adaptability. This knowledge promotes critical evaluation rather than blind reliance on AI outputs. Question 5. What distinguishes a theory of mind AI from simpler AI architectures? Answer. A theory of mind AI would understand that other people have their own beliefs, desires, and intentions, an ability crucial for natural human interaction. This is far more sophisticated than reactive or limited memory systems and remains largely unachieved in current AI.
That's our episode for this week. Thank you for thinking alongside us today. Every conversation on this podcast starts from one belief: that understanding artificial intelligence isn't just for engineers and executives. It's for every teacher standing in front of a classroom, every student staring at a blank page, every parent trying to make sense of a world that changed faster than anyone expected. AI will not replace great teachers. It will not replace human creativity, human empathy, or human judgment. But it will, and already does, change the conditions in which all of those things happen. And the people who shape those conditions are the people who understand what they're working with. That's why we're here. That's why you're here. Before you go, we have one ask. Take something from today's episode into your classroom, your school, your community, or your own quiet reflection. Ask a question you hadn't thought to ask before. Share a tool with a colleague who needs it. Challenge an assumption, including one of ours. The future of AI in education isn't written in code. It's written in the choices that educators, learners, and citizens make every day. You are one of those people. Your choices matter. If today's episode was useful to you, please share it with someone who needs it, a fellow teacher, a student, a friend who's curious and a little nervous about what AI means for the world. Leave us a review wherever you listen. It helps more people find us, and every new listener is one more person thinking critically about these questions. You can find show notes, chapter resources, vocabulary guides, and discussion questions from our companion textbook at our website. Links are in the episode description. Next episode, we'll be exploring one of the most important questions at the intersection of learning and technology today. We hope you'll join us. This has been this week's episode of Teaching and Learning with Artificial Intelligence podcast. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we look forward to reconnecting with you next week. Keep thinking, keep questioning, keep learning.